You just go like this. Microphone check. We're good. All right, how's it sound?
Hey, everybody. We're back. I think this thing is on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it? Hey, what happens when I do this?
I don't know. Try it again.
All right. You know what that was? That was that Wonder Red Rider pedal. God, I talk about it a lot, but God, it sounds wicked good. So I guess so what do we do? Do we just start over? And was the audio that bad?
So
the
what
last
guitar
time?
is that, Ken?
This is the Reverend Guitars Robin Finck signature. It is based on our Sensei platform, and it is a Carina-bodied guitar loaded with rail hammer chisels. And it sounds great clean, and it sounds great dirty, and Robin sounds great clean, and Robin sounds great dirty, and Nine Inch Nails is a very dynamic band to go and see. So, you know, we talked about this in the last segment, which apparently was awful. But we met Robin. Robin reached out to us looking for a PA1, and I started thinking about this while we took that little bit of a downtime there, so we can embellish that story a little bit in case if you heard any of it last time. But of course, Robin and Reeves go way back. Reeves did some Nine Inch Nails guest spots, and of course, in the
I'm Afraid of Americans.
well, yeah, and that all of when he was with Bowie and Reznor had a thing, and everybody collaborated with everybody on stuff, so Robin was familiar with us because he pays attention, but also through working with Reeves
And Greg Koch.
and Greg, and he got. I was going to get to that. That's a good point. Yeah, but yes, and then Robin got a PA1 from me. And I was so excited to hear from Robin that I sent him a charger for him to check out, and really wanted him to check out the Railhammer pickups, which is why I think we loaded that charger with Railhammers right away. And one thing led to another, and then he started getting some Senseis, and he was using the Senseis a lot on tour with Nine Inch Nails. And so we started doing this mod to the guitars where normally there's a volume right here, and it is volume tone based contour. And what we've done is we removed the tone control and put the volume where the tone was and left this area open so that he doesn't. Some people love having that volume right there to work it with their pinky and stuff. And Robin is, of course, one of those players that would prefer that the volume was a little bit away. But overall, like the placement of the controls, so we just moved it down and took off the tone control, which he didn't use anyway, and left the volume and the bass, which with the Railhammer chisel pickups makes this a real versatile guitar. I was doing like some sort of goofy thing, but here's all the controls all the way up on the bridge. And you can roll that bass off and really like all the way. I really like the starkness of that bridge pickup with the bass contour all the way out. And then get into some of the prettier stuff too. Both pickups on. bass out about halfway. And the neck alone, boomy. Bass contour just opens the whole thing up. And the neck pickup thing with the rail hammers and the chisels in particular on a set neck guitar is you can play with incredible amounts of gain and still have the bottom end nice and tight. This is a Rev, one of their little G3 pedals, which is just ripping. That's on the neck with the bridge. I love that neck pickup with all the high gain, and you can still do like the palm muting thing, and it doesn't sound all, it doesn't get all like overly muddy and crummy, And then of course, I was doing the one of our favorites here in Circle R Ranch is the Wonder Red Rider pedal. I'm always one of these people like that. I'm more into traditional fuzz tones, and I like fuzz pedals with single coils, and I like overdrive and high gain pedals with humbuckers. The rail hammer thing and the chisel rail hammer thing in particular, I think does the fuzz thing really, really well. And again, it's part of those blades keeping the bottom end tight, even with the fuzz pedal on the neck position. Usable tones everywhere, clean and dirty. The Reverend Guitars Robin Finck signature model. Robin is busy as hell. 9 Inch Nails is doing Riot Fest this weekend. Sunday night, bringing the festival to a close with, what a crushing headliner that is, right?
Yes.
And then next week they're going to be in Cleveland area, and then they're also doing that the Ohio Music Festival thing that Joe Walsh is putting on. I don't know if it's for Ohio veterans or something.
Yes.
Which is featuring a lot of artists that are from the state of Ohio, including Joe Walsh, of course. Black Keys, 9 Inch Nails with Trent, of course, is from Youngstown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of cool stuff to catch Robin at this year for sure. And I'm going to show you the Robin Finck logo on the back of the headstock again, because apparently we were cut off before and it's cool. Zach brought this up, and I'm going to tell this little story before we start taking questions. Once again, sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. Those who didn't get bored and go away and came back, we appreciate you.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Robin is a huge fan of Greg, which is really funny, and because Greg exists in Greg world, which is awesome. You know what I mean? And Greg has a casual awareness of 9 Inch Nails because he's Greg, right? You know what I mean? I mean, that's what he does. What he does, and when we were at the NAMM show a couple of years ago, when we launched this guitar, we were actually doing a signing with Robin in our booth, and Greg walked by, and Robin was like, "Hey, can I meet him? Can I talk to him?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go get Greg," And we went and got Greg, and then the two of them were just like, and Robin's tall and Greg's tall, and the two of them just hit it off, and which is super cool. And I love the fact that our artists get along with each other and that our artists are fans of each other. I think that's just a really cool vibe that we have going on with this company, right? Totally. And then Robin then got a couple of Greg models to play in the Nine Inch Nails live shows. He got one of the Wildwood exclusive, one of the black ones, and we fitted it out with black plastic and stuff, and it looks pretty cool. And there's a couple of like, you know, T-style guitar appropriate songs or whatever that they've been doing forever that he has dragged, I think, some old Fenders with him, I think, historically. And now he's using the Greg models. So that's really cool. So Robin, thank you for that. And thank you for your support of our company over the years. So there you go. And as I mentioned before, in case you didn't hear, Zach Ward is sitting here behind the board with me today, which is probably why we had technical problems. I'm just kidding. We reset our modem, and we hope that cured the issues that we were having. Zach is our sales manager, and has been with us. When did you start here full time, Mr. Ward?
9.5 years ago, I think.
2013.
Yeah, something like that.
You started here in 2013 full time. Yeah.
So.
When the sales desk became too much for me, along with doing all the other hats that I was wearing at the time. And he's also helped me out, you know, with various artist relations things and festivals over the years. And as time has gone on, we've been able to delegate some of the responsibilities that you used to have to others, and some
Like
of the
you said,
responsibilities that I used to have to others. And
we're fans first. We get to.
yeah, we are. We're fans first. It's totally true. And Zach is a huge Nine Inch Nails fan, so I wanted to have him here in case somebody asked me a question that I couldn't answer, because it's not like I'm not a fan. It's just that I don't have the encyclopedic knowledge of them like my good friend.
Yeah, let's not put that to a test.
So, again, sorry about the restart, but here we are. Does anybody have any questions or anything that they'd like to? I'm really bummed about the restart, because I got to tell you, I tore this guitar up at the start of the last thing. I really did. I was inspired and just free-form soloing in E minor like an idiot. It was great.
No questions just yet.
Okay, well,
But
then they just, you know what? It's because they like Penny better than they like you. Nobody wants to talk to you, I guess.
totally understand that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that being said, then I have covered the topic of Robin Finck so well.
How many colors do we have of that?
We have two. We do this in black and white. Every once in a while, we do an exclusive run. Wildwood did some red flame top versions of this guitar a few years ago. And so if you see one of those out there, it is legit. But I believe there are only 16 of them in existence at the moment. Indeed. And yes, this
I think
is
this
available.
first one was, we modded a Sensei.
We modded many senseis. We probably modded about 8 senseis for him to take on the road with him over the years. And he may still have some of those with him. And the way you can tell if it's a modded sensei is there's a little chrome cap right here where the volume control was after we moved everything down. This is true.
Oh, you want your first question that we always get?
Oh, sure.
Is this
Left-handed?
No, is this the
Oh,
same?
wow.
Is this the same Zach whose initials are on my guitar?
I knew that was coming, yes. That would be ZSG, also known as Zach Green. This is Zach Ward. What's your middle name, Ward? I don't even know.
James.
Zach James Ward. There are no ZJWs out there.
Unknown Zach.
It doesn't, unknown Zach. Yeah, the Zach behind the computer screen. Yeah, it is weird to be in a building with 2 Zachs. You know what was really weird was when there was only 5 of us and 2 of us were named Zach, or 6 of us a few years ago before we started bringing in more people to help us out here. Wait, was it 6 or 7 or so? I don't remember. But at any rate, yes, sorry about that. Mr. Green maybe one day will join me. We could have him sitting right here and taking questions. I've asked, but he doesn't. He'd rather work on guitars than be up here in the demo room. And I don't blame him. Working on guitars is what the man does best.
So
You have this really perplexed look on your face.
I'm just reading through these real quick.
There should be a left-handed version of this guitar, and maybe someday we will do it. We have done left-handed senseis in the past. This would be a good candidate for that. We have been limited on what we have been able to do left-handed, just sort of based on production stuff. But this would be a good candidate for that. And
Right.
I do carry that with me in the back of my mind.
Are there any more dealer exclusives coming out soon? Crosscut with a Bigsby question mark.
Ooh, that would be a cool guitar. My suggestion for a crosscut with a Bigsby would be to get a Vibramate and put rail hammered clean cut pickups in a Charger HB, because one of the significant features of the crosscut is the string through the body bridge, the sort of T-style platform bridge with that bridge pickup floating in the bridge plate. Once you go to a Bigsby, you're going to lose a lot of that. I've never been a big fan of running the strings from a Bigsby through the little holes on the back plate of a F-style hardtail bridge, whether it be a Strat or Telly thing. So I think with a Bigsby, you're much better off with the Tune-o-matic and the guitar with the strings coming out from under the roller and across the Tune-o-matic. And then, of course, on the Charger, you've got the right neck angle, and you can adjust the pickups more for the Bigsby, you know what I mean? So I think you would be better off doing something like that. Vibramate.com will get you into the Bigsby B5 on your Charger body. There are dealer exclusives coming, though, to answer your question. There's some really cool stuff coming out. Shall I run them down? Sure, what the hell? We're currently shipping, what do we call the color for Chicago Music Exchange? Coral. We are currently shipping Coral Descent W's, Descents with the Wilkinson and maple boards, to Chicago Music Exchange, along with Gloss Army Green Descent RAs, which are really came out really good. They're really cool looking. And CME also has Purple Sparkle and Black Sparkle Jetstream 390s coming with gold pickguards and chrome hardware, cream pickups. They look fabulous.
Sharp,
They
yeah.
may be on the website now.
Easter eggs.
And yeah, man, they're just super cool looking. Wildwood has got blue sparkle Descents, which look great. And then we just shipped Wildwood transparent orange Gristle 90s and Sentinel bases. So Wildwood has those. Wildwood also has some orange Gristle Masters, the original Gristle Masters, with maple boards coming to them soon as well. So they have a whole slew of really cool stuff over there. And then check out Wildwood's assortment, because there's some, we did a lot of runs with them very quickly, and a few things kind of got glazed over. There are some red Metal Flake Airwaves over there, which are gorgeous. I should have kept one of those. They're too cool. And they also still have some of those Medieval Red 6-gun HSSs, which is a rare bird. We've only done the HSS thing like twice in our whole existence here. And I know that those guys have some of those. And then Tone Shop has got some single pickup Pete Anderson Eastsiders. They've got those in red sparkle in stock, and they have some natural ones coming pretty soon, which look incredibly cool. And then don't forget the Tone Shop bayonet with the bayonet with the reverse headstock and the single rail hammer. Those are sweet. And my good buddy Tori Ross from Dollskin, I think that's the name of one of her bands. She's in multiple bands. She's badass. Check out Tori Ross on Instagram. She's playing one of them sparkly
Bees Music.
bayonets. Bees Music's
Happy
20th anniversary guitars. The rest of them are in. If you guys were in love with the root beer-ish, bursty, sparkly 6-gun HPP that they did, wait till you see the green ones. And also they're going to have that green sparkle Matt West back in stock. Brian from Bees is also a big fan of the reverse headstock, as am I. And so all of those are on the way to him. Wait till you check those out. And then Merchant City's got a few things coming as well, don't they? I know, and I, for the life of me, surf green satin. Oceanside Green Eastsiders.
Yeah.
And they look incredible. So there's so many cool things happening in the exclusives department. I covered it. I covered them all. What else you got, Zach?
We can lay this one to rest here. It says, when are you going to bring the Reverend Coolness to drums? And, you know, you can extend that to acoustic guitars, fiddles, and piccolo.
Well, there is one thing that we do, and we do it very, very well, and that is electric guitars.
Focused.
And that's where we're going to keep our focus for the time being. Naylor has had some cool ideas. I'm going to tell you guys right now, there was almost another drivetrain pedal. It was close. And then that sort of, there's just so many people doing that stuff so well, you know, that it's difficult for us to want to get into that market. When it comes to acoustics, well, we have electricity now. There's no real need for acoustics. There's certainly no need for us to get into acoustics. And these guys like Zach Ward that just take their acoustic and plug it in anyway, I don't even get it. They've tried to explain it to me a million different ways, and I still don't understand. But that's okay. To each their own. I'm all for people doing what they do.
Maybe
But as far as that's concerned with us, I don't see a fit, because again, so many people are doing it so right. I don't think we have anything to add. And drums, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I wouldn't insult drummers by trying to throw some drums out there. My son would be insulted, right? And although he'd be my first endorser, I'm sure. My son Ian is a hell of a snare player, drum corps international kid. He's a badass.
If every guitar player owns a Reverend, we might consider going into a different field.
You think?
But everyone would have to have one.
You heard it here first, folks, from the mouth of Mr. Ward.
Johnny Cola has a question.
Hey, Johnny, how are you, buddy? Clock's ticking, bud.
Is there a new Vito coming anytime soon?
Yes, there sure is. That is a great question.
We are not giving...
Did I just spill the beans on
We're not
something?
giving any of that information away.
We're not giving any of that information away, by the way. Mr. Ward doesn't want anybody to know, so since
Maybe.
he's in charge, I guess we're just going to go with officially maybe, yeah. But I will tell you this, it's super dope.
Maybe.
The thing that we're not talking about is really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see here.
Let's see here. See, we miss you, Penny. Penny, if you're watching, I miss you so bad, sweetie. He's got no rhythm. You know, and you're in here and you're like, blah, 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 blah. And this guy,
Joe should do a collaboration with GHS.
GHS, Rocktron? He should. Yeah. Battle Creek people, they're good Michigan people. Yeah. But, alas,
There's only so much time in the day.
there is only so much time in the day. Believe me, I have Joe busy. We have some projects. We have some things in the work here. The next year is going to be insane. That's all I need to say.
You told me I'm not allowed to say anything.
Yeah, you're
Here
not.
You are.
I'm not. What am I saying? I'm saying that there's exciting things coming down the road in the future. Of course I'm going to say that, because there are. Thanks, everybody. Go see 9 Inch Nails at Riot Fest, and go see their shows. They'll be really busy between now and the end of the year. Robin is a hell of a great guy, and we're very, very proud to have him involved. So thank you to Robin Finck and the Robin Finck signature model. And everybody, thank you very much. Always good to be here. I'll be back again in 2 weeks. Again, next week, time is getting away from me, and I'm overcommitting myself, and next week I won't be able to be here. But 2 weeks, I promise you, I will be here and ready to rock. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.